Hello, I'm Chris Pennington, and I'm so done with COVID-19. I think I was hanging in there and having a lot of denial about COVID-19 for like the first month maybe. I'm still limiting my social interaction. I have a closed loop even though the state of Texas has released the shelter-in-place order. I'm so ready to see people again, and even if I can't see everyone right now in this exact second, I am already planning parties and events, just further confirming the fact that I've been learning this whole time, which is that I'm not an introvert. I've had a lot of growth in my Wicca practice, and it's been really healing for me. I've been getting to doing my SBATs, which if you don't know is the observance of the new moon and the full moon, or just the full moon, and getting into meditation every day, which is something that I've been wanting to do all year, but it is like super difficult. Like, I am a person who meditates, but I'm trying to get into a daily practice of it, and it's becoming a lot more likely these days, so that's good. That's just like still going strong, still great. The creativity aspect of my life has been a little weak. Still trying to figure out why, because when I had this like spiritual block, I had to like let the noise die down in my life. I had to like let myself feel bad, quote-unquote bad emotions, sadness, memories, or like trauma or stuff, and just kind of sit with it, sit in silence, you know, which I guess COVID has helped with. Work through those feelings through worship, through meditation, through body movement. I've been doing a lot of body movement to worship, but also as a way to express myself. I've actually been like freestyled like dancing / interpretive dancing since long before I left home. I would go out on the country road, or I would sneak into a field that I probably wasn't supposed to be in, and I would do interpretive dances, and I would do dancing, and some of them more slutty than others, and that would be a way that I was worshiping. Sometimes it would just be self-expression and expressing my gender. Like, I would jam to a lot of like masculine, powerful songs, and that's kind of continued. And I've only recently started talking about that with my coven, is that that's a form of worship that I do, because ever since I moved towards worshiping the goddess, it's been even better because she aligns with like my actual values. And then I've also been like a little bit better, a little bit more open to like sharing my dance with my friends, because I feel comfy around them, and because I have realigned my art with worship, and that allows me not to feel so like egocentric in any of it, and it also allows me to be authentic in it, because I do think that art can very easily become like cheesy or preachy and gross and not affect people if you are like pushing your own thoughts into something instead of feeling out the essence of the universe and, you know, channeling that. That's always kind of been necessary for me with art. I just didn't know what to call it. Ever since I have realized that I can't unsee it. Like, everyone uses this language in their day-to-day life. They're like, oh my goodness, I need to wait for inspiration to strike, or I need to find my inspiration, you know, or I feel like these words just flow through me. Like, artists speak that way, and that's something I had gotten out of touch with when I, just like in the last few years of my life, so that's been cool to get very consciously be in touch with. But I have been doing mostly just like dancing, but also poetry. Oh, I have been writing like snippets, like one-shots for my comic book shots. Just like one scene that really moved me and speaks to me, usually from a moment in my real life. But I think I'm starting to realize that if I do continue to write shots, which I'm sure I will, I need to create a structure around it. And I think I would really enjoy having a personal project again, especially one that I am more passionate about. Other than that, I've been getting a little bit more into cooking. I think I've just been getting more centered in general. I've also discovered more plant care. I've kept one plant, although it is a cactus, alive for like 2 or 3 years. And then there's this flower that I got at Valentine's Day. And while part of my brain still says, that's not contributing to your, you know, author career, that's your wasting time. I am not. Like, my mental health is so much better when I'm doing things that keep me present, and gardening and cooking, they're shaping up to be that. And if I get better at cooking, I can bring nicer foods to like coven meetings and stuff, which would be cool because they're all such good cooks. And last time I think I brought like peanut butter and apples. Not last time, that was the first time. I've brought a couple things, but like I could step it up a notch. I could step it up. And I'm also trying to figure out what ways I can contribute to my coven with my art, because we often do like coven markets where we sell things that coven members have made. Oftentimes things like you know, herb bundles. I've been trying to figure out for a while what the best way is that I can contribute to that. Maybe the plants will be a thing. People have told me for a long time that I could sell my cards, but I just was really resistant to that because I wanted it to be a free gift of love, and I wanted each one that I made to be you know, imbued with intention and sent to you know, to really give love and care to an individual person that I was making it for. But if I'm making them for my coven, there's the opportunity to sell them and benefit something that I care about. I should do cards for my coven. I can't believe I just had this revelation, like right here on camera. Well, thank you for catching up with me. Let me know how you've been finding these few weeks of COVID-19. If you have been isolating, has that like helped you realize things about yourself or your relationship? I know a lot of people are breaking up, which is super sad, but makes sense. So let me know. Until I see you again, always remember that we are epic heroes today and every day of our lives. And I'll see you in the next video.